We don't open a work of art like this lightly. This is not a casual decision because it's a significant intervention into this work, which was in otherwise pristine condition. But if we were going to be able to support the work and hang it the way that the artist wanted, we were going to have to intervene with it in a way that otherwise we wouldn't. It's Claes Oldenburg piece from 1965 called Soft Dormeyer Mixer. And this piece has been in the collection almost since it was created. The artist made it in 1965 and the Whitney acquired it in 1966. And prior to last week, it hadn't really been messed with very much. But the reason that we needed to take it apart, as you can see, is because this area here is where the piece hangs from. And this is the hardware that belongs in that area that I've taken out. But as you can see, when it's in this hole, the entire weight of the piece hangs on this one spot, and the vinyl here is starting to tear. A previous conservator had done some intervention from outside of the work to try to stabilize this, but it's just too much weight on a piece of degrading PVC. We realized that we needed to open the piece in order to reinforce it if it was going to hang. We decided to open this seam, which was the only hand-stitched seam on the piece, and we removed the interior, which was mostly this kapok material that you see here. This is the stuffing from the body, and this is the stuffing from the handle. And one of the things that we discovered, which was really exciting, was floating within the kapok here was this object, minus this, actually. So this is a turnbuckle body. When they're intact, they look like this. They're used for rigging. This body on top of this picture wire and scrap of plywood, painted plywood, were just floating in the kapok, but they were oriented so that the top of the turnbuckle was up towards where the hardware was for the hanging. And we realized that this wood screw, which was Oldenburg screw, does fit in here, but it's not the right thread. This is a wood screw, and this is a machine. This has machine threads. So it unscrewed itself and was just floating loose. But at one point, the artist had actually had an interior armature to help support the weight of the piece. So we knew that we were on the right track because our plan had been to also create an interior armature for the piece. We wanted to help support the weight of the beaters. They're one piece, this tube goes through the work, and then also create a kind of giant washer, if you will, to distribute the weight of the rest of the work that's hanging from the top. And we had initially planned to actually use the original thread to weave back through these stitches, which we can do using a ladder stitch, which is basically an expanded running stitch. And I made a little mock-up, which I have somewhere, to see that this would be possible. And this is my mock-up with beautiful iridescent pink vinyl. But in the end, once we had opened these stitches, we realized that the original thread, which is cotton, was fairly degraded. So we will be able to re-sew these stitches through the holes that were originally made, because those holes are very present and obvious in the way that the vinyl has deformed over time. But we're going to use a polyester thread that will be more durable than the original cotton. One of the things that's wonderful about this is made probably of studio debris. This is a scrap that could be from another artwork at the time. This button, who knows where this button is from, but this was on the interior, and then there's another machine part that we haven't been able to identify yet that was being used as a lock. So these were probably just pieces of just different objects that were lying around his studio that he used to make this work. And they have their own history and story that we never would have known if we hadn't made the decision to open this up. So it gave us more insight into how the work was made and how he was thinking. Seeing this was really exciting to me because it made it clear that even though this is a soft sculpture, he knew that it needed some interior support in order to hang long term. And so he was actually making decisions around the longevity of the work. Knowing that the artist had done that himself makes me at least more comfortable with creating internal structures that will support the shape of the work that he wanted and still have it be soft, but also make the work able to hang in the way that it's supposed to hang long term.
Do you feel like you learned anything new about Oldenburg while working on this?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.